No one but Jesus did Jesus perfectly, but all of us who follow Jesus are called to live and love as Jesus did. Trimming Jesus down to a size that we can bring off is not an option. Realizing that we're in over our heads is a good sign. One of my heroes in that regard was a lesser known civil rights leader named Will Campbell. He was a white Southern Baptist pastor who did his best not to trim Jesus down to Will Campbell's size, but to let Jesus stretch Will to Jesus' size. And so, for example, Will ended up being both a worker who accompanied black students into their Little Rock school as schools were being integrated, and he was a guy who sought out and befriended KKK leaders. What? How can that be? Well, Will's slogan was that if you love one, you gotta love them all. And he didn't just say it, he actually tried to do it. Sounds kind of like Jesus. Sounds hard. Exactly. And that meant that conservatives thought Will was too liberal. And liberals thought that Will was too conservative, and they could all cite evidence. For example, Will was dead set against abortion and dead set against the death penalty. I got to meet Will and hear him teach about 30 years ago and have never forgotten it. In one way, he was totally unique. There really was no one like Will Campbell. But in another way, he's a lot like anyone who refuses to trim Jesus down to size. Jesus has this endless capacity to turn out totally unique representations of himself. And being like him doesn't make us just like each other, actually, just the opposite. The more we live and love like Jesus, the more unique we become. We could use some new flavors of Will Campbell about now here in Richmond. Some people who refuse to trim Jesus down to their own size. And I believe that the one who stretched Will Campbell now has his eye on you.